Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we got a little update on Deadpool 3. Well, over the last couple of weeks, we've been hearing more and more about the upcoming Marvel sequel to the Deadpool franchise. As many of you know, this franchise actually originally lived over at Fox, and then when Disney bought Fox up, it became part of Marvel Studios. There's been a ton of speculation about what's going to go on in this film and how it all integrates. We do know Deadpool 3 will indeed introduce Ryan Reynolds' version of the Merc with the Mouth to the MCU. But we're still not exactly sure how all these pieces will come together, and Kevin Feige and team will make that happen. Now recently, the co-writer of the project, Rhett Reese, was on the Bro Bible post-credit podcast and talked a little bit about the upcoming movie. Now, we've been hearing more and more from the writers recently, but I actually think this hint tells us a little bit about what's going to be going on. This is what they had to say. It's a wonderful opportunity for a fish out of water. Deadpool is a lunatic at the center of a movie. To drop a lunatic into a very sane world, it's straight butter. It's going to be really fun. Now, obviously, there's not a lot of specifics here, but if you're following the MCU, you can kind of see what's going on and might be able to piece it together. The unique thing about Deadpool is that part is being played by an actor that played the part at another studio, making him rather unique. Now, I know Patrick Stewart played Professor X in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but it was a really short period of time and was supposed to be from another universe. It sounds like when it comes to Mr. Poole, they're going to lean fully into this aspect. I actually think the story we're probably going to see coming together is going to focus around an incursion, and the fact that this version of Deadpool has been plucked from his Fox universe and now dropped off in the MCU, they're not going to run from it. I think they're actually going to lean fully into it. I think not only will they lean into it, they're going to make fun of it, and a big part of Deadpool and breaking that fourth wall and addressing the audience directly will be these type of jokes. This would allow them to take this version of Deadpool, move him over to Marvel, and make a joke about it without any restrictions. Now, there's a lot of other questions that surround this though, and things we should think about. I think front and center are the supporting characters like Domino, Cable, and Mohinder, who all need to go over to the MCU in some capacity. Heck, just to have Josh Brolin back on screen there, even as Cable, would be good. Now, I don't think this is how Marvel is going to handle the Fantastic Four or the X-Men, but I do think this type of story would be really fun and perfect for Deadpool in particular because he can address the confusion with the audience without really breaking away from what we're already used to. The writers of this project were given a lot of freedom from Disney, and they really weren't restricting how they were writing the script. We have big parts of the original script team still in place, so you should expect something very similar to what we got the first time around. Obviously, there's a lot of improv from Ryan Reynolds, and I'm sure maybe that might be where Disney steps in to say maybe this is too far or don't go there, but honestly, I think Marvel is going to allow this film, their first rated R movie under that Fox label, to kind of spread its wings and see what audiences will tolerate. One of the funniest jokes that we are hearing about is Reese and one of the co-writers, Paul Wernick, were talking a little bit about Morbius, and they admitted they weren't very familiar with the movie, but they did say they now have to find a way to, and I quote, work a Morbius joke into Deadpool 3. Gotta say, it would be pretty hilarious to see Deadpool say it's Morbin time, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, obviously, if we get any more news about the Deadpool sequel, it currently doesn't have a release date, we're going to bring it to you right away. I suspect we'll be getting trickles for this film over the next couple of months, and we're not going to miss any of them. So if you're a Deadpool fan, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. But until we get more news, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Deadpool 3 being a fish out of water story? And do you think this is the perfect kind of story to take Deadpool from one universe and place him in another? I have to say, I like everything that I'm hearing. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates. Peace.